Hello, Standard. Hello, students. Today we are going to discuss IS 12, which is income taxes. This is one of the complex standards, but its application for financial reporting paper is very easier. So in today's session, my major focus would be how this standard will be tested in your paper financial reporting. What is the expected accomplishments of today's session? We will talk about what is the objective of the standard. Then we will talk about important definitions. Then we'll talk about what is current tax, how current tax will be presented in statement of profit and loss. Then we will talk about deferred tax. Then we will talk about deferred taxation liabilities, and then we will talk about the summary. This is important, how examiner is going to test this standard in paper financial reporting. And finally, we will talk about some past exam questions. So let's start the discussion. What is the objective of the standard? The objective of the standard is to prescribe the accounting treatment, is to prescribe the accounting treatment of income taxes. Okay, so what is important here? We will talk about current taxes and future taxes and how there would be its consequences as far as your financial statements are concerned. So important definitions: current tax, the amount of tax payable or recoverable in respect of taxable profit or loss. That is important. This is amount of tax payable or recoverable in respect of taxable profit or loss for the period. Now keep in mind, taxable profit and loss is different from the profit and loss which is presented in your accounting records. Why? Because there is possibility that some expenses are tax admissible and some are not admissible. There are some taxable incomes, and there is a possibility that you may have some incomes, those are exempted from tax. So taxable profit would be different from the profit which is accounting profit. But keep in mind, in your exam, accounting profits will be given to you. Okay. Now, deferred tax, it is an accounting adjustment uh, aimed to match the tax effects of transactions to the relevant accounting period. So there is a possibility that uh, the carrying amount of your assets and liabilities would be different from the carrying amount which accounting authorities are expecting. Due to that, there would be a timing difference and you need some adjustments. So uh, to those different accounting periods, if you have any tax effects adjustment, that is called deferred taxation. Then what is tax base? This is simple, in simple words, this is carrying value by tax authorities of your assets or liabilities. So the value at which your tax authorities will measure your asset or liability, that is called tax base. Then temporary difference, the difference between the carrying value in your accounting records and in your tax basis, that is called temporary difference. If the carrying amount of an asset is different in your accounting records than the tax base, which is a carrying value for tax authorities, the difference which is arises, that is called temporary difference. There are two types of temporary differences. First is taxable temporary differences. In your exam, you would be the examiner is supposed to test this area. These are temporary differences that will result in taxable amount in determining taxable profits or loss of the future periods. when the carrying amount of assets or liability is recovered or settled. I will talk about later on, but just giving you the hint. When your carrying value in accounting record is greater than your tax base, there is a taxable temporary difference, which will lead to tax deferred tax liability. Okay. Then deductible temporary differences. This will result in amount that will be deductible uh, when you are supposed to determine your taxable profits or loss for the future period. It happened when your carrying value is less than your tax base. So deductible temporary differences will lead towards deferred tax assets. Okay. Now, what is deferred tax liability? The amount of income tax payable in future periods in respect of taxable temporary differences. As I discussed earlier, due to taxable temporary differences, we have deferred tax liability, and due to the deductible temporary differences, we have deferred tax asset. The amount of income tax which is recoverable, this is payable, and this is recoverable in future periods in respect of, number one, deductible temporary differences, this one. Number two, carry forward of unused tax losses or carry forward of unused tax credits. So what is the difference between tax credits and tax losses? Tax losses is due to your results. You have taxable net losses. But tax credits, this is some concession which is given by the tax authorities to you. Now, our discussion is about current tax. So how we will calculate current year estimate? Simple, taxable profit and loss times tax rate. This is the formula. But in your exam, most of the cases it will be given to you. But keep in mind, you have, as being an accountant, only access of your accounting profits. So from there we can calculate it. But in standard format, what is taxable profit? As I discussed, that accounting profit and taxable profits are different, multiplied by tax rate. This is the standard formula. But in for your exam, it will be always given to you. What is the journal entry? Income tax expense debit, increase in expense debit to tax liability, income tax payable credit. And keep in mind, this income tax payable will always be current liability. This will always be current liability. Then how this will be charged in your statement of profit and loss? Current year tax estimate plus under provision of the previous year minus over provision of the previous year. So under provision would be in your trial balance on debit side, and over provision would be in your trial balance on credit side. If income tax provision is on debit side, it is under provision. It means you have estimated less than your actual profits in your last year. So keep in mind, the working which you are supposed to do, that you will just multiply your profit before tax with tax rate to calculate current year tax estimate. And but most of the cases it will be given to you. Once tax authorities will determine their tax claim, which would be based on taxable profits time tax rate, then you will calculate under or over provision. So in current year, you are supposed to adjust previous year under provision or over provision. So previous year under provision would be on debit side and over provision would be on credit side. Then under provision is when your tax estimate, as I discussed earlier, is less than your actual tax. Actual tax is calculated by whom? Tax authorities, which is calculated by taxable profit multiplied by tax rate. Then over provision is when your tax estimate is greater than your actual tax. Then what is deferred tax? As I discussed earlier, deferred tax is a result of what? Temporary differences. Temporary differences could be taxable temporary differences, could be deductible temporary differences. So first of all, when your carrying amount is greater than your tax base, which is the normal case for financial reporting paper, you have taxable temporary differences as the result. Taxable temporary differences, and due to this you have deferred tax liability. So this will lead towards deferred tax liability. Then when your carrying amount is less than your tax base, there is deferred tax asset. Okay, so there is deferred tax asset when your carrying amount is less than your tax base. Theoretically, examiner can test you this thing, but I don't expect any numerical about deferred tax asset. The majority numericals would be about deferred tax liability. Then what is deferred tax liability? How to calculate its closing balance? Simple, taxable temporary differences times tax rate. But here I would like to add you one thing. If the carrying amount, the change in carrying amount of your asset is recognized as other comprehensive income, then your relevant deferred tax liability will also go into OCI. The hint which I am giving to you, that is about revaluation of assets. But there is a one question where I will elaborate this concept in detail. What would be the journal entry? If closing balance is greater than opening balance you will find in your trial balance. Opening balance, where you will find? In your trial balance on credit side. If it is on credit side deferred tax, then it is liability. If it is on debit side, then it is deferred tax asset. Okay, so compare your closing balance with your opening balance. Opening balance will be, you will find from trial balance, and closing balance you will calculate by using this formula: taxable temporary differences times tax rate. Now there is a possibility that in your exam question you may get that closing balance. He may give you the taxable temporary difference, then you will multiply it with a tax rate to calculate closing balance. There is another possibility, which is third possibility, that he will give you the carrying value of the asset as per accounting records and tax base, and the difference you will calculate as your taxable temporary difference, then you will multiply it with your tax rate. Okay, and then you will calculate your closing balance. So if it is greater than opening balance, your journal entry would be the income tax expense debit to deferred tax liability credit. But if closing balance is less than opening balance, there would be reversal of this entry. Then what is the summary? Net statement of profit and loss chart, current year tax estimate, mostly given in the question, but there is a possibility that you will multiply it with PBT multiplied by tax rate. Then if there is under provision from the previous time period, it would be on debit side in your trial balance, you will add. If it is over provision, so there is only possibility, either you have under provision, either you have over provision, you will subtract over provision. Then if there is increase in deferred tax liability, means closing balance of deferred tax liability is greater than the opening balance, you will add. If closing balance is less, then you will subtract. So this is the statement of profit and loss chart. Now deferred tax liability, opening balance will be given to you credit balance in your trial balance. Closing balance you will calculate taxable temporary difference multiplied by tax rate, and this figure would be charged, your charge in your statement of financial position. This figure would be your charge in your statement of financial position. If closing balance is greater than opening balance, difference is increase in liability, this one. And if closing balance is less than opening balance, difference is decrease in liability. Now exam questions. Since company's accounting record shows the following. Number one, income tax payable for the year is 60,000. Then we have over provision in relation to the previous period. Now, current year tax estimate is given to you. Previous time period over provision is given to you. Opening provision for deferred tax is given to you. Opening balance is given to you. Closing balance provision of deferred tax is again given to you. You don't need to calculate. This is the first case. So we will just compare opening and closing balance. What is the income tax expense that will be shown? So he is asking about income tax charge. So method is, first of all, current estimate of current year tax. Which is 60,000. So previous period you have over provision, so you will subtract minus over provision 4,500. Then there is an increase in deferred tax. Increase in deferred tax, which is simple. 2,600 opening balance, 3,200 closing balance. Difference is 3,200 minus 2,600 equals to 600. We will add this. Now we will do the calculations. So our net result is 60,000 minus 4,500 plus 600, 56,100, which is the option D. So our answer is 56,100, which is option D. Then we have another question. The following information has been extracted from the accounting records of Clara Company. Now, estimate of income tax for 30th September 2000. And your accounting period is ending at 30th September. So actual income tax is also given to you for previous periods. From there, you will calculate under or over provision. So your estimate was 7,500. Your estimate was 7,500 and your actual was 80,000. It means there was under provision of how much? 5,000. So what is the statement of profit and loss charge? Estimate 75, current year period is 83,000 and plus under provision of previous period 5,000. So total is 83 plus 5 is equal to 88,000. So this is statement of profit and loss charge. Then statement of financial position, only current will go as a current liability, the current year estimate, which is how much? 83,000. So the charge in your SFP is 83,000 and charge in your statement of profit and loss is 88,000. Hudson has the following balances included on its trial balance at 30th June 2004. Taxation is 4,000 credit, deferred taxation 12,000. Now these both are on credit side. So when you have on credit side figure in taxation, it is over provision, which is also indicated in your question. If it will not be indicated, again it would be your over provision. And deferred tax, it means it is deferred tax liability. This is the opening balance of deferred tax liability. So at 30th June 2004, the director estimate the provision necessary for taxation on current year profits is 15,000. So the estimate of current year is given to you. Carrying about of Hudson's non-current assets exceeds the tax written down value. So your carrying value is greater than your tax base. It is taxable temporary differences. So tax rate is 30%. What is the question? What is the charge of taxation that will appear in statement of profit and loss account? So first of all, we will move towards current year estimate, which is 15,000. Then minus over provision, which is for current tax 4,000. Then we will calculate the closing balance of deferred tax. Closing balance of deferred tax liability, which is 30,000 taxable temporary differences times tax rate, which is 30%. So it is equal to 9,000. So your closing balance is how much? 9,000. Now your opening balance of deferred tax liability was 12,000. Now closing balance is less than opening balance. So there is a decrease which will be subtracted. Again, how much? 3,000. So this will be subtracted, this 4,000 will be subtracted, and your remaining figure would be 8,000. So your option D is the right answer. So we are just supposed to concentrate on that particular pro forma. Then Holmes has the following balances included on its trial balance at 30th June 2004. Taxation 7,000 credit, deferred taxation 16,000 credit. So this is again when you have credit balance over provision, which is also indicated. If not indicated, again it is over provision. And deferred taxation 16,000, it means deferred tax liability. This is our deferred tax liability. At 30th June 2004, the directors estimate that the provision necessary for taxation on current year profits is $12,000. So current year estimate is 12,000. Balance on deferred tax liability needs to be increased by 23,000. Now closing balance is given to you for deferred taxation liability, which include the impact of increase in property valuation below. This is what I indicated. Now, when you want to calculate this 23,000 as your deferred tax liability closing balance, in your SFP, it will go as a 23,000. But to calculate your tax charge, during the year, Holmes revalued its property for the first time, and there is a gain of 10,000. Now, the total balance, which is 23,000 closing balance of deferred tax liability, out of this one balance is due to the gain in revaluation, which is supposed to be shown in OCI. So the impact of the change in deferred tax liability related to this will also go in OCI. So 10,000 times 30% is equal to 3,000. Now this 3,000 will go in OCI. So from our this closing balance, we will subtract this 3,000, and our closing balance against which charge will go to statement of profit and loss would be 20,000. Now we will do the same pro forma. Current year estimate, which is how much? 12,000 minus over provision, which is 7,000. Now compare this figure with deferred tax. Increase in deferred taxation 20,000 minus 16,000, which is equal to 4,000. So your net figure would be 9,000. Keep in mind, there is only one trick in this question, which is if there is increase in deferred tax liability due to the increase in revaluation of the asset, its charge will not go to statement of profit and loss. Yes, again I'm repeating, your deferred tax liability closing balance would be 23,000. But to calculate your statement of profit and loss charge for tax, you will exclude that effect which we have done here. So your closing balance would be 9,000. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you may have enjoyed my lecture. See you with the next topic soon.